Ba, ba, ba. Here comes a mailbag. My father was a male, my mother was a bag. They made love to one another and they gave birth to me, the mailbag. Hiya, Christopher. Oh, this is a mailbag. Can you give me the mailbag song, please?
Here comes the mailbag. Why don't you climb in? Here comes the mailbag.
Who's climbing in?
Let me tie it under your chin.
Oh.
Here comes the mailbag. We're posting you and you're never coming back. It's the mailbag.
Who was that song to? The mail?
That was to someone who was about to jump. Yeah, it was to the mail.
My father was a male, my mother was a bag, and now I'm the mailbag. Hiya, Christopher, Frankie, and Susie. Susie's not here this week, as you can probably tell from the fact that she didn't
stop
a
us singing.
Pod has been great. Been looking like a nut job, giggling on the bus or train to work, but it's all worth it for a laugh. I've been trying dating and recently went on my first date, as I've been trying to do things to get me out of my comfort zone, as I recently turned 18. In fear, I have had a fairly sheltered upbringing and I'm attempting to grow up a bit more before they've said love out for uni. Before I love out for uni? What would that? Leave for uni maybe is what they meant? I'm not sure.
Autocorrect.
Yeah. Or Freud.
Yeah.
Wondering if you guys have any advice for coping with things like working on your social skills and coming out of your comfort zone socially. Most of which make my introverted brain want to explode. Thanks a lot and hope to hear from you on the podcast. See.
It's often that thing with the mailbag, isn't it, where the fact they've written into the mailbag is already a disastrous indicator.
No. I think, what do you think about that? Did you feel like you had a fairly sheltered upbringing, or did you feel like when you left to go to uni that you were kind of ready to be an adult?
I was extremely introverted to the extent that people, I guess, would now call autism. Alcohol really opened me up. This is not advice. But, you know.
See, consider alcohol.
But without alcohol, I kind of wonder what would have happened in my life, because I found it very, very difficult to communicate. Or to have the confidence to express anything, really.
Mm-hmm.
I got loaded and I had a really great time. But I don't know, there's got to be, I think join some clubs.
Aye.
Join some clubs at uni and go along to your D&D society or whatever introverted thing you can get involved in.
Mm-hmm. Fencing, spelunking.
Not
D&D.
spelunking.
Don't go spelunking. That's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
You will end up with your head trapped in a molehill 3 miles underneath the crust of the earth.
Drowning in 3 inches of rainwater in a muddy burrow.
See, when you see the videos and you're like, this is how you die? Starving to death, upside down.
Vertical.
In a crack.
Yeah.
That gives me, my stomach's rumbling and like rolling, thinking about.
Yeah. You're just trying to swallow your tongue rather than put up with the 3 days it would take you to die.
Some family of bats tunneling up your ass, spelunking themselves in your intestinal tract.
Well, soon some worms will be spelunking in your body.
So don't get into spelunking is the advice.
I saw a video of this, and there was a guy who got stuck in there's some famous hard to back out of hole, but you can go around it. And he thought he was in that, but he wasn't. He was in some wormhole at the end. And he just ended up head down, feet towards the sky, as people desperately tried to rescue him. I think in the end, they just blew up that bit of the thing and went, well, that's your grave then.
They blew it up?
Or they closed it down and just went, yeah. We're not getting that guy out of there.
Oh God. That's yeah.
Do you know how you can get a marble stuck up your nose?
Yeah.
Spelunking is basically your attempt to become that marble for the earth.
It's like people who show up in A&E with a tomato sauce bottle up their rectum.
Yeah.
You need a flared base. Your body doesn't have a flared base to be inserted in the rectum of the world.
And if you ask a plastic surgeon to flare your arsehole,
Yeah.
you get some really strange looks.
Yeah.
Just thought it would look better. You know,
Yeah,
no
like a pair of
reason.
jeans, flaring's in.
Yeah.
I want flared jeans and I want flared ring piece.
That you could raise like a crest, like a
When
lizard.
I'm in danger, yeah.
If you're threatened.
If I'm face first in the crust of the earth and a family of moles is tunneling up behind me, I want my arsehole to flare up like one of those lizards from Jurassic Park.
Really, I'd rather my arsehole was sewn tight. I would have it sewn up before I went spelunking.
But then even if you survive it, you can't take a shite when you get out.
I would unpick the stitches. You know,
Just too far.
I'd have a travel kit.
Right. So those are good tips on how you come out of your social shit. I think maybe when I left, I was really, yeah, I mean, I felt really confident socially when I was drunk and stuff like that. But I would just say, I remember reading a thing, I remember being really like, maybe I've said this in the mailbag before because it's kind of advice that I got from, there was this love column by a guy called, what's his name? It was called Savage Love. It was this sex advice thing that I read when I was a teenager. Dan Savage, maybe was the name of the guy who wrote it. And every week people would go, hey, you know, I'm in a throuple and the other two found evidence that they're threatening to kill me or something like that. So it'd be like really... But then one time somebody was just like, man, I'm 18 and nobody wants to have sex with me and I'm wondering, like, what can I do to make people find me attractive? And he was like, don't try and get... Or maybe he was 16. And it's like, when you're 16, don't try and get 16-year-old you whole. Try and get 21-year-old you whole. Try and build a life and try and build a personality and have things about you and have experience and have knowledge and then later on, once you are a cool person, people will, not once you're cool, but like once you have something about you, people will find you attractive.
What's your 5-year fuck program looking like?
What is that? Do you think that's good advice? I think it's great
The
advice.
fucking Stalin of fucking teen sex.
The Stalin of young love. That's what they call me.
Yeah, no, we all need a 5-year plan.
Well, it's
The
like, man, if no one's
economy
interested,
of the libido.
you can either become a fucking incel and say, oh, it's the male loneliness epidemic or whatever, and nobody wants to fuck me because of woke. Or you can go, maybe I should do some push-ups.
Here's something.
Maybe I should get an interest that
I
I'm
would say,
passionate about.
as a positive note,
Mhm.
if you're 18, you've been through primary. Primaries are pretty small, probably.
Mhm.
Sub 400 people, right? You've been through secondary.
A wee bit
Secondary
bigger, but
schools
still
are
pretty small.
generally under 1,000 people in Scotland, maybe 800, 900 people tops. And your law of averages of finding people like you there are so much lower.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? When you go to uni and you're talking like 20,000 people and a whole kind of extended thing where, you know, you go to their board game club or you go to their book club or whatever and you know, they've got their pals in and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you're so much more likely to meet people that you have stuff in common with. And the most common experience for people is going away and finally finding people that they relate to.
Yeah.
There you go, a rare moment of positivity. on the show. This is not really connected, but in fact, it's not connected anyway. Have you seen those things that are like AIs, but they're telling a story and they're like an AI animation, but sometimes stills, and they get loads of views, but they're sort of middle-aged people exacting financial revenge. This is a thing. And obviously they doctor their comments, they delete people going, this is an AI, this is fucking weird. But there's millions of people watching these things and just commenting, going, I can't believe and it's like not even good AI. It's not even good. So there's one, and they're all like, my daughter-in-law said that she was taking my house. Well, I went to the bank and fucking told them such and such. And then there's often a bit in them that's like, my phone lit up and I had 50 phone calls in an hour or something. It's because you signed away the deeds to your kid's house, or they were going to take a holiday on your money and you cancelled the credit cards or something. It's always a middle-aged person exerting their authority in a financial revenge move. But one of them that's got loads of views is an old woman, right, saying this, and it's in a kind of AI intonation. And they're like short stories as well. It's like, I always wake as the sun clears the pines in the morning, right? And one of them, she's indoors, but it's snowing indoors. And you're like, you think that would be a fucking clue.
You think that would be a tip? Yeah. I didn't know that. Do some houses have indoor snow? Oh, we should get that. We should get a boiling tap and an indoor snow roof.
But fucking Facebook encourages that stuff. Someone did an article about it where they were like, we looked into how does so much AI slop end up in Facebook. It's actually prioritised in the algorithm. Get a thing where Jesus is made out of shrimps. Have you seen that? That's a really common one. Jesus made out of shrimps for some reason, right? And there's Hannah's other kind of
I was
AI.
reading about one today, and it was saying it's really popular. Of like, a plane will be on fire, and the mother will throw her baby out the plane, like throw loads of babies out of planes, and they'll land on an island, and they'll be raised by pugs on a beach.
yes, pugs is a big one. Yeah.
That's a thing that the machine is keen on. And people are like, I can't believe that happened to their babies. And you're like, come on. But people are thick.
Possibly the most common one is...
How did you get from you'll find the people for you?
I didn't bother. I just sort of thought we need content. We'll eventually hit on a link, right? There's one that was like...
Well, it's the algorithm, isn't it? You know, you're freeing your algorithm up to meet more people. Your social algorithm. You're going to hit more people. Does that make any sense?
It does in a hideous dystopian way. One of the most popular ones on Facebook is, I fucking baked this elaborate cake, or I painted this thing, mate. I'm a homeless veteran, or it was my 50th birthday and I did this thing and nobody came. Mm-hmm. So it's like someone did a thing, they have a sad story, and nobody took interest in the thing. And
people go, that's what life's like. That's how I feel when they like it and they share it.
And they go, oh, fuck, I can't believe nobody liked your painting. That obviously isn't fucking real and your cartoon face. And there's hundreds of versions of that same thing. So they just tweak one wee thing of it. Mm. And so you can see it kind of run through hundreds of iterations.
I wonder how many people who are responding to it are also AI.
That's interesting. Dead internet theory.
Dead internet.
Remember that one you sent of like Tom and Jerry? It's like Thomas in a hospital. It's an AI painting, and it's like there's a few of them, but one is Thomas in a hospital and Jerry's turning up, and Jerry's got like a baby or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Jerry's pregnant or something. And people are like, poor Tom.
I can't believe Jerry's pregnant.
You're like, well, even if it was real, it would be a cartoon. Never mind
not real cartoon. It's yeah, I mean, it's so much. You can just feel it invade every aspect of your life, or your internet life anyway. You know, the amount of people who are doing kind of AI fringe posters stuff this year because they don't want to. I mean, if you're a comedian, the margins are already pretty slim.
Oh really?
So a lot of people are turning to like, and you see their faces and stuff, and I just find it slightly grim. And maybe I'm a Luddite. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm saying, hey, I don't want this new technology in my life, and maybe that's as stupid as not wanting the printing press as a writer or something. You know?
But the Luddites were right. Do you know what I mean? The Luddites just wanted to protect jobs. Mm-hmm. They weren't actually opposed to technology per se.
Yeah. So I'm literally a Luddite then.
But like, what's it cost to get a poster done without AI?
Not much.
Not much.
If you know a graphic designer, and everybody does. Well, yes. Everybody who works in comedy would know somebody who can do it. I mean, Andy learned how to video edit for this. I I mean, you could probably learn how to put Chris Macarthur-Boyd on a picture of my face. It's not expensive at all, and it's like I was.
I think you like to fuck about the first few weeks. If I'm thinking right. I really do. And the whole sort of thing of going, oh my god, I can't believe people didn't fucking boycott this thing immediately. I'm like, you're going to fuck about. You're going to fucking go, what would it look like if fucking Graham Souness was a giant robot or something, right? Of course people are. We're curious creatures.
But it's just
then
so pervasive.
It's like obviously not a good thing. And then also I think as well, you don't quite understand when you see examples how much it is just theft. So people go, well, this face is totally designed by AI, and someone will go, this is a real face. And what they mean by designed by AI is they've put fucking extra hair on this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is just a plagiarism machine.
Yeah. And it's like, do you know what? That's what art is. Art is a plagiarism machine. Art is copying the things you love and tweaking it slightly so as it's you.
That's a long, long debate, though, isn't it? That's a difficult debate.
I think it's clear as day. Clear as the yeah. I mean, everything's that. Everything you make is just, here's some stuff I liked when I was wee that fucking scarred my brain, and now I'm going to put it back out the other way.
Is it though, or something original?
I don't think it. What would you mean by original?
What, original? So like ideas that diverge from or are distinct from things that you read as a kid. Do you know what I mean? Or that you grew up with. Is it everything a kind of iteration of something else?
I think originality is just stealing and hiding it really well. Personally,
that seems to me like a kind of almost a post-capitalist attitude of like, yeah, this is all that can happen. Do you know what I mean?
Is there any new? Could a
is
new
Van
idea
Gogh,
happen?
Is Van Gogh drawing on a tradition? Is that, or is that even mainly what his work is?
I think he was kind of.
I don't think it is.
I think he had problems with his eyes.
Well, maybe you need to be mad to be original. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe you need to have problems with your eyes or something. But
I think genuinely anything that's original is just someone who is absolutely fucked, misrepresenting the way they literally see things.
before Richard Pryor in comedy,
Yeah.
is there anything like Richard Pryor?
There was dirty black comedians, wasn't there? There's people like, what was his name? Red
Fox?
Yeah, there was people
Yeah,
like
but
Red Fox.
who
Who was that guy
It's
that...
not Richard Pryor.
No,
It's
of
not
course
really.
it's not.
It's not really much influenced by anything except like life. Do you know what I mean? So that's how he speaks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you know, and all of the great comedians is really close to how they are on stage. Is how very close to how they are off stage.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, well, is there anything particularly like that? But you don't even need to, you know, don't even need to go to Richard Pryor. Is there anything particularly like Dylan Moran before him? You know, maybe a little bit of Dave Allen and maybe a little bit of, but not much. That's just like someone speaking in an almost literary
Yeah, see,
meter.
I'm not gonna accuse Dylan Moran of plagiarism, but I'm just gonna say cunts have been like that before.
Say that to him. That's how you should introduce yourself. What's your set there? Cunts have been like that before. He won't buy a fucking island.
Yeah, I know.
Who
Who are you again? Cunts have been like you before.
Cunts have been like you before. More cunts. And more like.
Yeah. Quite right.
Particularly in Japan.
Particularly in Japan. The Shinzo Abe, the Scottish comedy scene over here. Someone please shoot me in the body. Wondering if you guys have any advice for coping, like things like working on your social skills. I would say honestly, like, fuck man. I would say I'm fairly limited in terms of, you know, small talk and things like that. I find it really difficult to... Working in a hairdresser when I was a teenager kind of taught me how to do small talk, because I would have to wash old ladies' hair and like just figure I'm fucking washing this old woman's hair. What you been up to recently? Oh well, you know, my grandson's just went to uni. Oh, was he you know? And then you just go, okay, we can kind of, you know, figure it out. I would suggest getting a job at hairdressers as a hair washer if you want to learn how to do that. But like, see if you can't do small talk, people will just go, oh, they're interested, aren't they? And then they either like that or they don't like that. So you're going to find your people. That thing you said about your sphere open up, you'll meet more people. I mean, definitely. And if you get a hobby, you'll meet people who've got stuff in common with you. And you're in a club. You just get off your fucking phone, I would say, if you're struggling with
yes.
social stuff. Put
Something
your phone
I would
down
say,
and
like,
attempt to be a person.
I think it's really good advice. Small talk is work. People, it's civility.
Yeah.
And people don't just have it naturally. Do you know what I mean? And so I think sometimes when you feel isolated, you're like, oh, everybody else seems to be happy to fucking sit and talk about Love Island for 5 minutes. And you're just like, well, it's nobody's loving it. They just accept that that's part of how humans interact.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if you're struggling with small talk, you just need to look on it as a bit more of a civil thing, a thing you're doing to help the other person relax so that you can, you know, perhaps have a more fulfilling conversation later on.
Small talk is like when two combatants enter the squared circle and they circle each other and they look at each other's movements and they go, oh, kind of, you know, you're not actually making any big conversational lunges. You're not going for the death blow. You're just kind of feeling the other person out, the feeling out process.
Conversational foreplay. Are you just going to run into a meeting and fucking ram it into someone? No.
You're not going to sprint up somebody's fanny.
Let's have dinner. You know? Let's
hold hands.
Let's chat about stuff.
Yeah. Let's go for a walk in the moonlight. And then you can run up the fanny.
Then ram it up. Best of luck at uni.
Oh, where's Susie? Wondering. It's when the listener is screaming, where is she? Get her in here, please. And I think coming out your comfort zone socially, which makes your introverted brain want to explode. Yeah, I think just...
Comfort zone is a misnomer. A lot of people feel very uncomfortable in their so-called comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And actually you might feel more comfortable if you interact more.
And if you're going on dates, man, I mean, your first date, and let's like, you're 18. See the guy I was when I was, it's not just based on Savage Love's advice, but see the guy I was when I was 21. It wasn't much like who I was when I was 18. 18, when you're 18, feels like, this is me. I've finished the course.
Christopher's just saying this because he killed a guy in 6th year and took over his identity.
Yeah, I stole his clothes and his family and his life. You know, I'm the Don Draper and the Shinzo Abe of the Scottish comedy scene. A Don Draper, the Chris Macarthur-Boyd. I mean, does my personality seem like I'd be called Chris Macarthur-Boyd?
Doesn't at all, does it?
No, not in the slightest. But you tell that to the plum dumpling I was before, you know? I would say kill someone and assume their personality if you want a new lease on life.
Joseph McGill.
Heir to the McGill Empire. I seek to flee my father's bus-based economy.
Buses and pocket knives were the McGill fortune was built on.
Yeah, look at me now. A hairdresser's son. Interesting. Yeah, but it's like, I think when you're 18, you feel like, oh, that's me, completed it, and now I get to live the rest of my life as me. But then when you look back, you go, nah, that was like the last bit of that. And then, you know, then you grew up a wee bit.
Try being a bit nicer, I think is often good advice.
Yeah.
Try looking at things from other people's point of view, and try to empathise more is a good way of interacting better with people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And sometimes if you have friends, they can help you empathise. You know, if you don't understand, oh, why was that person like that about that situation? You know, maybe you
tell someone and they'll go, oh, it's completely...
Get another set of eyes on it.
Yeah.
You know, I know we're explaining very basic human interactions here, but some people don't have that.
Some people don't have it. Listen, see, I'm glad you've been enjoying the podcast, and thanks for listening, and thanks for your letter. And listen, your life's going to be absolutely fantastic. Or it won't. But regardless...
Someone's going to run in there.
Someone's putting their running shoes on. Their
right
hokas.
They are lacing up their Nikes.
They've been in they've been in the Achilles heel on Great Western Road. They went on a wee treadmill to see what their gait is, and now they are.
They've been on a 5-year fuck plan.
Well, that makes me sound mental, but you know, start a band. You know, do a stand-up, do slam poetry, learn how to paint collectibles, go to the collectible shop, fall in love with the tattooed goth behind the counter.
I hope you've enjoyed our wide-ranging and often conflicting advice.
Okay.
Sure, we could round that one up there and we could get my daughter for lunch.
Oh, that's right. Okay, thanks very much. Hope you have a lovely mailbag, and we'll come back and do some more mailbag after that.
Fairly well.
See ya.